Breaking news, the San Francisco 49ers have signed Deommodore Lenoir to a 5-year, $92 million contract extension. The San Francisco 49ers do something that they aren't really known for, and they go out and they lock up the hyena. Deommodore Lenoir just got paid. Drop your deuces in the chat for Deommodore Lenoir, and let's talk about it all right now. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Chucking up the deuces for Deommodore Lenoir. I had to really quickly throw up the game worn Deommodore Lenoir Oregon jersey in the background. Just had to make sure we were well represented here today for Deommodore, man. All right. Let's talk about this. This is absolutely unexpected. Was not anticipating Deommodore Lenoir getting a contract extension in the middle of the year. It's just it almost feels unprecedented in a sense, because we're just so conditioned to be used to the San Francisco 49ers waiting till the absolute final hour to get a contract done. And so it just felt like it was a foregone conclusion that we weren't going to see Deommodore Lenoir get paid, because it was going to be a potential long, drawn-out offseason, potentially, of contract negotiations. So, first of all, because of this, and I think I want to hear from you in the chat right now. You answer me yes or no. That's it. Yes or no. Yes or no. Is Deommodore Lenoir worthy of the 5-year, $92 million contract extension that he just received? Light up the chat. Yes or no. We're going to make it real easy and get it out the way right away. Yes or no in the chat. So far, chat is lighting up with a resounding yes. So let's start right there. All of us, and when I say all of us, whether you're in the media, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a fan, what doesn't matter. Whether you're on the roster, whether you're in the organization, you wanted Deommodore Lenoir here for the future. You wanted Deommodore Lenoir here for the long run, and I couldn't be more ecstatic to find out this news in the middle of a Tuesday, November 12th, around 4 o'clock, finding out that the San Francisco 49ers have paid Deommodore Lenoir. Oh, baby. Now is the time to go buy your Deommodore Lenoir jersey. I always say wait till they get paid, because you never know. Deommodore got paid. Go get your Deommodore Lenoir jerseys right now. Drop them in the cart. It's safe. You're good to go. We know he's going to be here for, we know what the contract reads: 5 years, $92 million. And just what an absolute phenomenal signing. I got to give a round of applause. And if you agree, drop your clapping emojis in the chat to the San Francisco 49ers front office for for all the, dare I say, misery that the San Francisco 49ers front office puts their fan base through in regards to contract negotiations with their top players, we are going to go ahead and give them a round of applause for a November contract extension. I am giddy. I'm so happy about that. Like, I cannot express the elation that I feel knowing that we don't have to stress about the crazy contract negotiations of the offseason. At least with Deommodore. Hey, we got Brock Purdy coming up. All right. We got Brock Purdy coming up, but we got Deommodore Lenoir taken care of in the middle of the season. And kudos to them, because Deommodore is playing at an all-pro level right now. I guarantee he's going to be an all-pro at the end of this year. Deommodore Lenoir is playing like one of the most unique defensive backs in the league right now. Just a complete oddity when it comes to how he's used, how he's utilized, and in the form of how he is used. Again, he has the ability to be an outside cornerback. He can be your cornerback one and lock up the number one wide receiver on the other side, on the outside. But my favorite thing about Deommodore is that when it comes to nickel, when it comes to those nickel packages, they kick Deommodore inside. And he's basically like a linebacker. At least that's how he plays. From a physicality standpoint, from a standpoint of his aggressive nature, his attacking type of mentality, and his ability to go inside out, which I can't think of another player in the league who does that. I can't think of really anyone who does that, who can play outside and kicks inside to nickel when you go three wide. But he can do all these different types of things, man. He's fantastic. Rodrigo says, when will we have a live for the film of the Bucks? That was supposed to be happening right now. I was literally getting ready to drop the film breakdown. We're going to do the whole live film breakdown. We're going to do it all. But I'm going to still try to get to it. I might have to jump right into it after this, but we had some news pop off. So shout out to Deommodore, man. He is a difference maker. Not only is he a difference maker, he's a tone setter. He's the kind of guy that you want to play with. He's the kind of guy that you want in your locker room, you want to go to war with. We talk about it all the time. It's become a cliche at this point, the dog mentality. Like, he's a dog. It is what it is, man. He has no reservations of saying what's on his mind, and then he backs it up. And those are the best kinds of players. And I want to say this about Deommodore. I'm so happy for Deommodore, because I remember how it started for Deommodore. It didn't start all, rainbows and lollipops. He got a couple starts as a rookie, but he quickly found himself at the bottom of the depth chart. I remember heading into his second season and was in training camp, and I couldn't believe how far he had fallen down the depth chart. And that was when the 49ers didn't have depth at cornerback, and he was all the way at the bottom. I'm talking 5th, 6th cornerback in the rotation in training camp, heading into his second year. And I was like, man, because he showed promise, as a rookie, especially in his rookie training camp. And he showed a lot of things, and we're like, man, this looks like a guy who could be a promising player. But he found himself at the bottom of the depth chart. And it was like, man, it's to the point where I was like, is he on the bubble? Are they going to cut him potentially? Because he's below everyone. He's below Ambry Thomas. He was below the guys that they were picking up off the streets. And so for him to be able to overcome that and rise up into the starting lineup, and then not only rise to the starting lineup, but to earn hold on to, and now become a 5-year, $92 million player is absolutely remarkable. These are the kinds of stories that I love, man. 5th round draft pick. Again, a guy that no one is, was, banging the table for in the draft, like, oh, this is going to be a future all pro. Nothing like that. He's always been kind of an underrated type of guy. And these are the stories that I love. This is the, uh, player development that I crave. I love watching guys rise, be doubted, be counted out, be at the bottom of the depth chart, and have to fight and claw and earn everything that's given to him. Don't get it twisted. Deommodore Lenoir has earned every single thing that he has gotten, including that 5-year, $92 million contract. So I couldn't be more ecstatic about this deal. This is oh, let's go. Let's go. This is huge. This is huge, man. I'm so, so you talk about bringing the vibes to the 49ers back. Let's go. We're cooking now. Oh baby. San Francisco 49ers bring back Demo. All right. All right. I want to see grades now. I want to see grades. You could do it either you could do letter grade or you could do 0 to 100. I want to see how you guys are grading instant grades for the San Francisco 49ers signing Deommodore Lenoir. I have a feeling where I think the average is going to pan out to, but I am interested. All right, I see right off the bat A plus 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 plus. But right after that, we got a B plus. B plus. After that, we got an A. We got a couple A pluses in the chat. We got an A, solid A, 92. I like it. 100% A plus. J Tan says we got it. We're gonna throw 88, so B plus on the scale. B plus. Man, hey, I think anything. I would say I believe personally, this is an A at minimum. That's just how I personally feel because again, you're getting a young player. This guy isn't long in the tooth. He's homegrown. He's earned everything. He has position flexibility. He's developing into a leader. He's what you want, man. He's what you want. This is why this is best case scenario when it comes to drafting and developing prospects and players. Like this is it. This is why you do it. This is what you're looking for. And the 49ers got it. Does this mean we're losing Mooney Ward? It doesn't automatically mean that we're losing Mooney, but it does make it a little bit more challenging, especially with, I think, the emergence of Renardo Green. I think it's a little bit more challenging to bring back Mooney, but again, that's all dependent on what Mooney's looking for. So I think this is kind of where the direction was already headed. I think the 49ers were already leaning towards Deommodore over Mooney because, again, homegrown, drafted. I believe he's 25 years old. Deommodore's just turned 25. He's freshly 25. So they have him under contract until he's 30. They got Deommodore Lenoir in the prime of his career, and he is just ascending into the prime as well. So this is from a roster construction standpoint, this makes all the sense in the world. You getting a young player, homegrown, extremely talented, position versatility, leader. It's what you want. This is it. So this is why I'm very happy uh, that this got done. I've already explained why I'm happy that it got done from a timing perspective, but from a player perspective, getting a guy, a young guy, and keep him in your building and rewarding him for his success, not dragging him through the media circus and through the just paid him. Just paid him. I like this much better than what the 49ers have typically. Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep this rolling. Let's get the guys paid in season before the price keeps going up. Because as we know, yesterday's price is not today's price. So let's get him done. Oh man, I'm super hyped on this. This one feels really good. And man, I feel great about this one. I really do. I feel deep sigh of relief. Like, yes, we don't have to go through no drama, none of it. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So, I wonder who's next up. I don't know. I don't know, but I like the proactive nature of this move to go get Deommodore Lenoir and to keep him a San Francisco 49er. Yes. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. Whew. All right. So we don't know who's next down the pipe, but we do know that Deommodore Lenoir is here to stay for years to come. Feels good, man. Feels amazing. Um, so I know there's going to be a list of players that the 49ers have a lot of free agents coming up. Um, and so they're going to have to make some decisions. Obviously, the biggest one being Brock Purdy. But there's a lot of other guys. I think Dre Greenlaw will be a free agent at the end of this year. I think George Kittle will be wanting a new contract. He's deserving of a new contract. I think he's outperformed his contract. So that's going to be an interesting one because I think Kittle needs one. Debo Samuel doesn't have any guaranteed money at the end after this year. There's going to be a bunch of guys who are going to be looking for new contracts and looking for new deals. And so, yeah, man. Uh, it's still, I think, going to be a uh, very interesting offseason in regards to who stays and who goes. But at least we can check this one off the list. The San Francisco 49ers keep one of their young star players, young up and coming guy. And they keep Demo around for 5 years. What a big time win for the San Francisco 49ers, man. This is absolutely huge. Whew. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Did this create any cap space for this season? I do believe that the 49ers currently sit atop the league with the most cap space, but I would assume that it would create additional cap space. And it probably you can roll the cap space, his cap hit back into later years. It'll be interesting to see how this deal is structured. I haven't seen anything from like a guarantee standpoint. I'm just looking around. I'm not seeing anything from like a guarantee perspective. At least I haven't yet. It could be out there, but I have yet to see it. So that'll be an interesting element of this is What does the guaranteed money look like? Because that's always a pretty strong indication of deal strength. Let me see. I'm just looking to see if we got anything. I don't see it. I don't see it yet, but as soon as we do, we will talk about it. But comes in at a APY of 18 million per year. It's pretty good payday for Deommodore Lenoir, who was playing off a rookie fifth round pay scale. So good for him, man. Dude, I was loading up the Pooney tape. We were getting ready to put Pooney on, and then we had a little bit of a programming adjustment, and hey, I'll take this. I'll take this interruption any day of the week, because that's a phenomenal one. That's a phenomenal interruption, if I may say. So, man, just hyped. So, just so good. So good. I love that the 49ers were able to get this done. The fact that they were able to skirt any offseason drama is, I think, a huge, huge benefit of this. I also assume you probably get him at a little bit better of a rate than maybe if you were to wait till the end of the year, and he is able to gain all pro accolades, and he's able to do all those kinds of things. So this really is great news for the 49ers. Great news for Deommodore Lenoir. Huge congratulations to him, his family. I can't even imagine how excited they are. He's worked his tail off for this and just absolutely earned every penny of this. And man, when you talk about guys who had to earn it, he had to earn it. So, whew, let's go. Let's go. This one keeps coming up. Is word gone? Um, it it could be an indication that it could be the end of the road, but we still got to get there. We still got to get there. We got to wait and see what actually happens. But could be. Does Deommodore Lenoir have a bad PFF grade? I don't even know. I can't tell you the last time I willingly checked a PFF grade of any player. So I have no idea. J-Tan says, question, is Brock Purdy tipping his passes by repetitively wiping the towel on the ball before following up with a pass? Interesting. That's not a trend that I've noticed, but I'll look for it. I have not seen that. Tipping off the defense. Interesting. I haven't noticed that. But I'll keep a lookout. Maybe I'm sure there's a bunch of tendencies, but we'll see. Make sure to smash that like button if you're hyped for Deommodore Lenoir. Man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Good for Demo, man. This guy brings such huge energy to this defense. He's been playing lights out. Apparently, he doesn't have the best PFF grade, but it is what it is. Daniel says, I like this move, but why now? Why not? I think is the better question. Why not get it done now? Why not go out and take care of business before, you know, he gets even better, gets more accolades, the price goes up, gets more expensive. Why not? Get it done now. Make sure that, any off-season drama is averted. Uh, Definitely make sure to get that taken care of. I think that is a much better scenario. It's a much better situation than waiting. I would. I think. Why not now? Why not more of these? You know, why not? Like, how come? This would have been a phenomenal type of scenario with BA. Maybe could have got him for significantly less. Not maybe. You could have. So if you have identified a young core player, homegrown, you've drafted, pay them in season. Pay them before the market jumps. I think that's the best way of going about it. Obviously, you are, gambling a little bit because there's room for potential injury, but at the end of the day, there's room for potential injury anytime you step on a football field, whether in practice or not. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's a good enough reason not to pay someone. But I think you get it done, man. You get it done now. You get it done without the pressure. You get it done without the spike. Uh, I love it. I love it. Michael says, always pay a defender before he faces Geno Smith. I like that. I like that for sure. Absolutely. Geno Smith's coming to town. You got Deommodore Lenoir paid and ready to go. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Man, what great news. What great news, man. I haven't seen anyone complain. That's how you know this is a good move. Our fan base, we got a lot of contrarians, right? We got a lot of people who like to point out the negatives of certain things, good, bad, indifferent. And I haven't seen one negative comment about Deommodore Lenoir getting paid. That's how you know. That's how you know we're good. No one's complaining about paying Deommodore Lenoir because this is already what we wanted. We wanted Deommodore to be here for a long time, and on top of that, they get it done in the middle of the season. Let's go. More of this, please. More of this. More of this. So, huge congratulations to Demo, his squad, his representation, his family. And again, you got to give some credit to the San Francisco 49ers for getting it done, man. You got to give them credit. You got to give credit where credit is due. And John Lynch, Jed York, Parag Marathe getting it done in year, they deserve a ton of credit for that. So I would love to see this continue to be the SOP, the standard operating procedure for young talent. You got guys that you drafted and fit your culture, fit what you're looking for, and you want them to stick around. Pay them before they become free agents. Pay them before you already have been able to identify, yeah, we want this guy around. So let's cut the BS out and let's get them paid and let's lock it up and then let's move on to the next. We got other business to take care of. I'm just really I'm curious to see how Deommodore Lenoir plays without the stress of having to worry about that. You know, and like that thing of like it's a contract year. It could go both ways. It could kind of maybe push you a little bit more, but it could also add some pressure too. So I'm very very interested to see how Deommodore Lenoir plays now. Something tells me he's going to be even more free with his play style. He's going to be even more aggressive because he's good. His team got him, so he's going to be able to play freely, and that's huge. That is absolutely huge for him. It's huge for this defense, and it's a jolt for the locker room, man. You got to think like this is the ultimate goal for these players. Not one player is in that locker room thinking that, you know, these guys that their teammates shouldn't be paid. Like this is something that everyone will be excited about. This is something that everyone this is it, man. You know, yeah, they play the game for Super Bowls. They play the game, you know, to hold the Lombardi at the end of the year, but at the end of the day, they're also paying to take care of their family for generations. And so when you do that, you know, everyone's excited about that. Everyone's hyped about that. Everyone's like, damn, that could be me. And that's the other part that I like about this is that we've seen with Trent Williams, we've seen with Brandon Ayuk, we've seen with Kittle, we've seen with DeForest Buckner, we've seen with multiple key players where it's like, all right, now it's time to go get paid by my team, but they're going to drag me through the mud throughout the entire process, and then they're going to pay me. Well, this might shift that narrative a little bit. This might shift the like instead of maybe dreading going into a contract negotiation with the 49ers, maybe you're like, all right, maybe this will be all maybe this will be okay. Maybe I'm not going to be stressed out of my mind. You know, maybe I'm not going to have to scrub my Instagram. So I think it's huge though. I really do. It sends a message to the locker room, sends a message to everyone else, man. It doesn't, you know, take care of your guys, especially when you're going to take care of them anyways. That's one of the biggest things that I've always struggled with the process and how they do it. Again, being an outsider, outside looking in, all I see from this is you're telling your guys you can work and play your tail off. And yet we're still going to drag this out and we're still going to make this as painful as possible before we give you the money that you've earned. And we've said we would pay you and that we said that reward you with. That's why I love this shift. I love the shift because I think it speaks and it can send a much more positive message to the rest of the team is that, hey, they don't all have to be as they don't all have to be brutally painful. We could have some good contract negotiations. You see what we could do when we work together. It's crazy. It's like we're a team or something. It's crazy. It's like we want the best for both of us. So I'm happy about that. That I think is one of the things that I keep coming back to that I think just really sticks out to me is that the no BS, no drama, early, ahead of the market. That good business to me. This is good business. If I'm putting my business cap on, this to me is a good money move. This is a good process. This is a you love to reward your guys that work their tail off, man. So hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out to Demo, man. Shout out to the San Francisco 49ers. Um this is awesome, dude. I love it. I love it. Love it for the 49ers. Love it for Deommodore. Love it for the fans. I think that's who I love it for the most is for you guys that we know Demo's here. We know that's, some drama that we don't have to go through. And we got Demo. That's locked in. We had some questions. We had some concerns. We didn't know how it was going to work. But we got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him, and oh boy, does it feel good. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Drop it in the cart. Go get your number 2 jersey. Hey, something tells me number 2 jersey might be a popular Christmas gift. I'm just saying. Man, reward your guys, promote your guys, give 49er fans the confidence to go buy their jersey. That's what it's all about. Love it. I've got zero complaint. I got nothing. I got nothing. Who's mad? There again, who can be mad? I know Johnny's not mad. I don't know if I've ever seen Johnny mad. Who's mad? You can't be mad. What is there to be mad about? Being mad just to be mad? Don't be mad, get glad. It's not your money. Why do you care? Literally, I don't see one negative about it. Not one. Go down the list. Age, 25. Prime of his career. In the middle of an all-pro season. Well, no offseason drama. Pay before any potential market explosions or substantial market shifts in the, standard kind of top 5 APY for cornerbacks. You're proactive to the market instead of reactive to the market. I don't see how that is, how there are negatives to this one. I really don't. You can point them out if you see any, but I don't. I personally don't. I really am having a hard time. Vishal says, wait, Brad, did you purposely put a Lenoir jersey in the background? Yeah, I actually had to switch it during the intro. So when I threw my intro up, I ran back there and I threw the Lenoir jersey up. That's a game worn Lenoir right there. That's Lenoir actually sent me this jersey. So this is directly from Lenoir, from his hands to my backdrop. That is a legit game worn Demo jersey. Hey, let's go. Yes, sir. It's hard to be mad at any of this. I can you guys think of any cons? Like, let's do the exercise. What are the cons? I'm willing to hear them. If there are, and if there are any cons that I do think, oh, that's a valid point, I'll let you know. But I'm going through my checklist of things, and I'm not really seeing any cons to this. I'm not seeing anything that can be perceived as a negative. I really can't. And there are definitely things that you can do in some negotiations. Like, I could think of some cons with the BA deal and the Trent deal, but I don't see any here. I really don't. I'm thinking. I'm going down the list right now in my head, and I'm trying to come up with something uh that would indicate a con of this, and I can't. I really can't. So unless you can provide one for me, I don't see how there are any. Um some of the rookies are a year or two from 25. Yeah, and he just turned 25. He's a fresh 25. He's not even an old 25. He's a fresh 25. And um when they drafted Debo, he was 24. Cons are he cares too much and he works too hard. Great reference. Phenomenal reference. So, yeah, man, I have yet to see anyone. He said, "Don't speak any into existence." Man, this is what I hope. This is what I pray for, Ryan. Conless content for Brad this summer. Gosh, that's what I hope. You know me, man. I'm gonna track down those rumors. I'm gonna track them down. You might not like them, but hey, man, we were on point. Whether you liked it or not, we were on point with a lot of the stuff this off season. I know it was annoying, and I know it was a pain in every single person's behind, but we were talking about it for no reason. But I'm happy we don't got to do that with this. Um, some people like drama. I can't stand it. So any type of drama-free contract negotiations that we can get with star players, we are going to absolutely, absolutely be hyped on. So no cons. I don't see any. Chat hasn't been able to identify any. So again, I think this is one of those rare times. It's one of those rare times that we kind of all agree on something. It doesn't happen all that often. It really doesn't. So that's especially with the 49er fan base. You know, 49er fan base, we can get real divisive just almost for the sake of being as so. So I'm glad I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. What's the story behind the jersey? So the Deommodore Lenoir, this is a game worn jersey. As you guys know, Oregon has a million jerseys, and so Deommodore was actually getting rid of a few of them, like right after he got drafted, and hit him up, and we were able to work this out, and he sent me this game worn jersey. So I mean, that's a legitimate game worn Oregon Deommodore Lenoir jersey. So turned out to be quite the investment, and I got it when he was a rookie. So he hadn't even made it to camp yet. It was maybe a couple days after he got drafted. Was able to swoop one, and it's fire. Like it's sick, Like I've never had a game worn jersey before, and it's like it's legit. Like you really get a sense of like how nice those jerseys are, and you're like, oh yeah, this is legit. So had to throw it back there for the stream, of course. So again, great news for the 49ers. Great news for 49er fans. Great news for Deommodore Lenoir. Great news for everyone involved in this situation. This was absolutely a good move by everyone involved. So, really, really difficult to find a negative in this one, which means you know it's a good one. So I like it. I like it a lot. Do you guys still want to do a live film breakdown today? Do we want to run it back and go into more film? I feel like we got to. So right after this, I think I'm gonna just go straight into it won't be right away, but it'll be pretty darn close right after. We're just gonna go into the offensive tape versus the Bucks. Big time emphasis on Dominic Pooney in this one. A lot of fun stuff from Dominic Pooney on this tape. So that's gonna be a huge emphasis for this film. He might have been one of the best players on offense. I mean, he really played well for sure. So shout out to everyone tapping in. I really do appreciate it. Smash that like button if you haven't. I don't know where you're watching this. I guess if you're on Twitter, retweet, like. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and like. And if you are on Facebook, like and share. You got all different kinds of options, all that good stuff. But again, shout out to everyone as always for tapping in. It's a good day. Love it. Wasn't expecting the news, but phenomenal news nonetheless. We'll be back for film breakdown in a couple minutes. I'll get that set up and get that going so you guys can hop in and hang out in that room if you want. But I'm out for now. See you in a little bit. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to